Episode 14 on parental alienation. Now we move into the final phase. Once the child has found their authentic self and no longer rejects the target parent, it is now time to reintroduce the pathogenic parent. Kids love both parents, even the narcissistic borderline parent. Kids love them. In fact, the kid loves the narcissistic borderline parent so much, they're willing to sacrifice themselves because they realize that the parent needs them. They're willing to submit to being a role reversal, a narcissistic object to that parent because they love them so much. So we reintroduce that parent. Now we have to make sure, though, that the narcissistic borderline parent doesn't distort them back into their pathology. The child is now prepared, though, with how to cope with that parent's stuff. What to do when the parent wants you to criticize the target parent. And how do you manage that? Some coping skills on that are necessary. When we reintroduce the pathogenic parent, the child's symptoms should be closely monitored for signs of relapse. And if the child relapses, another round of protective separation or supervised visitation may be necessary. And going back now to clarify a little bit, when the child is undergoing a protective separation from the pathogenic parent, the child goes with the target parent. And at the beginning, there is a whole lot of protest. But that's only indicative of how severe the pathology was. The child will display their grandiosity. They will defy court orders and run away from that parent. I don't have to listen to court orders. That's your narcissism right there. And they will get very angry, but it does calm down. It is important to understand that parental alienation is a hostage situation. When under the control of the narcissist borderline parent in the beginning, that child had to read that parent and keep that parent regulated because it is survival living with that parent. If that parent needs me to make displays at visitation transfers, no, I don't want to go, don't make me go. That's what I'm going to do because I have to live with this narcissist borderline parent, and it's very dangerous. That's why, unless we can protect the child, how can I ask that child to show love to the target rejected parent unless I can protect them from the retaliation of a narcissist borderline parent who is absolutely tied into using that child as a regulatory object? I have to be able to protect the child before I can ask the child to bond. A protective separation is essential to treatment. And unfortunately, my brother, who went through this parental alienation, never got to this stage, and his children are still stuck to this day with their abusive alienator. Dr. Childress prefers that the protective separation be enacted within 6 months of the onset of the alienation. My brothers missed that window big time. And what's sad is that Dr. Childress had the solutions to help this family, but the pathogenic force was just too strong, and the courts were very ignorant on the solutions by Dr. Childress. So my brother got no help or justice. We are hopeful for the future, though, and that one day this problem in our society will be solved.